Good morning, students, and welcome back once again to the class. In the previous class, we have discussed in detail about the menstrual cycle, okay, and various stages of menstrual cycle along with the diagram. So, menstrual cycle is a reproductive cycle which is seen or observed in the primate female mammals, that is apes, monkeys, and that of human beings. Okay, and the first menstrual cycle initiates or begins at the age of 12 to 13, that is puberty, and that is known as menarche. And this menstrual cycle ceases or stops at an age of 50 years, and that is known as menopause. These two terms are very much important. They are asked in the exam, so remember these terms. Okay, and this menstrual cycle will be of about 28 to 29 days duration. Okay, and all the cycles, all the events takes place within these days. Okay, and it may extend beyond in certain cases or in certain individuals, and it may take place earlier to these days. So that variation will be there or seen due to various reasons, causes, and all that. But normal on an average, the period of the menstrual cycle or duration is 28 to 29 days. Okay, and this menstrual cycle will be having different phases, like the menstrual phase, and second one is follicular phase, and the third one is what is that, luteal phase. Okay, so we have discussed in detail about what all are the changes that takes place in these events in detail in yesterday and day before yesterday's classes. Okay, so be perfect with the menstrual cycle. That is one of the important concept in human reproduction. Okay, and after studying and knowing this menstrual cycle, we will move on, and further we will discuss about the fertilization and implantation. So the next thing what we are going to discuss is fertilization and implantation. Okay, today we will first discuss about this fertilization. As you all know that fertilization is nothing but the fusion of male and female gametes, that is the sperm and ovum, and leading to the formation of a zygote. That is what is the fertilization, and we all know that. So today we will discuss exactly how this fertilization takes place, what are the changes and going to take place in this fertilization. Okay, so copulation or coitus. Okay, in each copulation or coitus, you see, copulation or coitus is nothing but a sexual act. Okay, have act. So each copulation or this coitus leads, okay, that release of semen into the vagina. Okay, I repeat once again. Each copulation or this coitus, that is sexual act, it leads to the release of this semen. Yesterday only I told semen, that is the, what is that term, seminal plasma and the sperm both together make semen. Okay, in the one of the classes we already discussed it. So here in each copulation or coitus or sexual act, what happens? The penis releases the semen into the vagina. Okay, now what happened? the semen which containing the sperm has transferred to the vagina. Okay, that is known as insemination. So that is known as insemination. Insemination is deposition of the sperm into the female genital tract. Okay, next. Then once the sperm reaching to the vagina, it swims or it moves faster through the cervix, uterus, and finally it reaches the ampullary ischemic junction. Okay. After depositing or releasing of sperm into the vagina, this sperm it swiftly moves. Okay, it quickly moves. Okay, through the cervix, then uterus, and then to the what is that ampullary ischemic junction. It is very much important. Ampullary ischemic junction, that is of fallopian tube. We have already studied the structure of this female reproductive system, wherein we have fallopian tube. In that fallopian tube we have a first one infundibulum, next one is ampulla, and the next one is what is that the first part is infundibulum, next we have what is that ampulla, and finally we have isthmus. So ampullary ischemic junction means where the ampulla and isthmus parts of the fallopian tube they join. Okay, that portion is known as ampullary ischemic junction. Now what happened? The sperm moved through the cervix. Recall the various parts of the female reproductive system. Okay, the sperm moves through this cervix, then the uterus, and finally it reaches to this ampulla ischemic junction. That is the place where this ampulla and isthmus join or meet. Okay, now sperm has reached this place. Now simultaneously what happens? Ovum is released from the ovary, and it will also reach to this ampullary ischemic junction. So the ovum also reaches, or egg also, which is released from the ovary, it also reaches through this fimbriae will suck or collect the ovaries. Okay, and then they will pass through the infundibulum, and then they will reach to this ampullary ischemic junction. Now what happened? Both sperm and egg have come at one place, that is ampullary ischemic junction. Okay, so automatically what happens? This fusion of this sperm and ovum takes place. But one thing we should remember here, the fertilization is possible only when sperm and ovum should simultaneously reach to the what is that ampullary ischemic junction. Simultaneously means at the same time both should come, then only fertilization takes place. Okay, so then when ovum reaches this ampullary ischemic junction, then sperm and this ovum they fuse together and fertilization takes place. Okay, then during this fertilization, sperm comes in contact with the zona pellucida layer of the ovum. You see here, this is the structure of ovum. In this ovum, you see this central, this space, this is known as a perivitelline space. This one, this portion, this is empty space. Okay, and next to this layer is known as a zona pellucida, And after this zona pellucida, we have, you see these cells. These are cells, isn't it? They are cells of corona radiata. And here you see sperms are coming to enter into this egg or ovum. You see here, this another sperm. This is one sperm. So the sperms, many sperms, what happens? They try to enter this egg or ovum. So I hope now you are familiar with the parts of this egg or ovum. This egg is having this empty space around here in the center, that is known perimeter-like space, and next this layer is zona pellucida, and after that these cells are known as the cells of corona radiata, and here sperms are entering into it. Now, so during fertilization what happens? The sperm comes in contact with the zona pellucida layer of ovum. You see, this is the zona pellucida layer of ovum. So during fertilization, this sperm, this gun comes in contact with this zona pellucida layer of ovum. Okay. Then what happens? This induces change in the membrane, so that it blocks the entry of additional sperm. You see here, this sperm comes in contact with the zona pellucida layer of ovum, and it induces that changes in this membrane or layer, so that no other sperm will enter into the ovum. So it ensures only one sperm will get enter into the ovum. Getting my point? Okay. So no additional sperm will get enter into this sperm. Okay, this ovum. So only one sperm will enter into this ovum or egg. Next, what happens? You see, the secretions of acrosome. The secretions of acrosome. Recall, acrosome is a cap-like structure which is present on the anterior part of the nucleus of the sperm. We have already discussed the structure of sperm. Okay, so at the anterior to that of the nucleus of the sperm, there is a cap-like structure that is known as acrosome, and that acrosome is having so many enzymes, and those enzymes help the sperm to enter into the ovum. Okay, so the secretions of this acrosome, they help the sperm to enter into the cytoplasm of the ovum. This is the cytoplasm of the ovum. So secretions of this acrosome, they help, which contain so many enzymes, and those enzymes help the sperm, okay, to enter into the cytoplasm of the ovum, okay, through the zona pellucida and the plasma membrane. So this sperm will enter into the cytoplasm of the ovum by passing through this zona pellucida and plasma membrane. Okay, how? With the help of the secretions of the acrosome. Okay, now what happened? The sperm has entered into the cytoplasm of the ovum. Okay, next what happens? Next, the haploid nucleus of the sperm and the haploid nucleus of the ovum, they fuse together and they form the diploid zygote. Okay, you see, after entry into the cytoplasm of the ovum, what happens? The haploid nucleus of the sperm will get fused with the haploid nucleus of the ovum, and they will form the diploid zygote. Diploid zygote, that is having the 2n number of chromosomes. You see, now zygote has formed, fertilization has completed. So this is how the fertilization process takes place. Okay, So now what happened? Fertilization is completed. Okay. So this is all about the fertilization. Okay. That is the fusion of a male and female gametes to result into the diploid zygote. Okay. So now fertilization has taken place, and tomorrow we will discuss about the implantation. Okay. Implantation is nothing but the attachment of blastocyst to the endometrium wall of the uterus. Okay, which will develop into embryo and all that, and leads to the pregnancy. So we will discuss that in the next tomorrow's class. So we conclude here. Okay, thank you.